Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Kaiserreich today. Being with our Ukraine series. Can't do success in crisis. Or it's not a crisis, it's a question. Might also be a crisis. We'll see. Some people were saying that the only way to stay, or somebody was saying that the only way to stay actually with the Reichspakt is to do dissolve the Rada. We'll see. We'll find out. But we'll begin our economic recovery. 5% stability, which is nice. 37 Dutch elections. Doctors available go with delay is basic. Very happy to see it. Again, it is 37. I'm trying to remember anything too wild actually was happening in the world. I mean, King of Spain's doing okay. Carlos Spain's doing not as okay. I think CNT will probably end up losing the Spanish Civil War, which we'd be happy to see. Nicaragua has declared war on Honduras. Did that not actually trigger everybody else to unify? Or is that happening like 38? Actually, I don't quite remember. It's been a while since we played as Central America. Okay, and America's a war. I still think the CSA is going to end up winning this war just because, I mean, again, them having the entirety of the Rough Belt and all of New England is a little busted. It's a little busted. And, I mean, they should have like more than enough manpower and supplies to actually win. And France is still dealing with some rebellion problems. Okay, we got the Niger, Upper Volta, the Wadi Empire. France, are you gonna like? You're not gonna completely collapse. I mean, I never seen the AI actually completely collapse from the rebellions in sub-Saharan Africa. I'm sure it's possible. 1 to 5. I mean, were you at war with anybody else? I mean, actually, you're at war with 6 to 26 people, which actually is not very many. You're also at war with South Africa and you're at war with the Bahari Commune, so France might just not have that many units in its actual territory. So maybe they might actually end up losing. It's quite possible. It's quite possible. So we get some fighter level 1s. I'm happy to see. Tibet Szechuan has signed a white peace. My clique will probably end up losing against Mongolia and Tibet. I mean, Mongolia is still led by Sternberg, so we'll probably see them align with the Russian Empire at some point, I would have to imagine. And when do you actually unlock? January 1st of next year. Okay. Can I finish any of these? I mean, yeah, we can get a handful of these done. I think we want to request German aid from Germany. We'll see if they say yes. If they don't say yes, I don't think that's going to affect our diplomatic relationship with Berlin. I'm hoping it doesn't, but we'll see. Is there anything else in like our military tree we'd want earlier? I don't really think so. Organization, max planning, reinforcement rate. I mean, the reinforcement rate, I still think is completely broken. That's 10%. Then you got radio, it's like 15. Like the 17% reinforcement rate, which is incredibly good. Okay, construction 2 is now finished. We're still mid 37. We could do an excavation tech. I mean, you know what? We make decent resources. And we get a 50% research bonus due to tech sharing, so you know what? Why not? Let's at least get one level of, let's get at least one level. I think that seems more than fair. Yeah, I think Serbia and Romania, they should end up winning this war against Bulgaria. Are you, yeah, you have not aggression back to the Ottoman Empire, so the Ottomans are not going to invade you at all, which is good for you. How many more units can we deploy? We got the 8 that we're already building. Okay. Negative 6.4 thousand rifles. We've done in less than a year. So we should have a decent army ready to go in time for the Weltkrieg. We're at 39% world tension. And the World War, I get probably 2-ish years from now. Could be a year and a half. If we have very... Actually, do I want an early war? I don't actually know. Maybe? I'm trying to remember if it's better to go to war late or early as the Reichspakt. I think later is better, but I mean, I guess it depends, because I know Russia can deploy a lot of units. So probably actually earlier would be better for us on the Russian front. I think earlier is worse for you against France, but that's just from my own personal experience. I mean, Germany right now has about 100 divisions, which is not actually very good. Like, you're at 10, 5, Poland is at 15, Baltic Duchy's at 9, Finland's at 10. And it's August 27th, so you're both right now liberal. You are... I mean, you're in Middle Europa. I'm hoping at some point you do join the Reichspakt. Norway, it's too late, I think, for Norway to actually join the Internationale, so that's good. They might join the Entente. The Russian threat. Russia's decade-long slump has ended, and now the Russians are rebuilding. Already, they raised claims over their former imperial territories, and Eastern European states are surely going to be one of their targets. To make sure the Russian threat is contained and Eastern European states can defend their sovereignty, these generals of the Ostatin have gathered in Riga to discuss a program of mutual cooperation. A joint military defense fund has been established. United Baltic Duchy is entrusted to manage the funds for the group, for the cooperation. Do they want to give them anything? I could give, you know what? I'll throw a little bit of support equipment. I don't know if anyone else would use it. Because I don't need it right now. So maybe Ruthenia, Lithuania, Baltic Duchy. Maybe one of them. Actually, is Poland part of Eastern Europe for this specific cooperation? I don't think it actually tells me who's in it. It just says the Baltic Duchy is the one that's currently responsible. I'm assuming if they get collapsed, you'd probably switch to somebody else. Maybe it just switches to Riga, actually, in the Baltic Duchy collapse event. I'm not going to refuse shipments. I think guns. 250 artillery is actually pretty expensive. 500 guns is more reasonable, but even then, it's still actually quite a bit. For 18 combat width, we could get you up to 21. Try and remember what... I mean, okay, that's actually also going to be negative 500 artillery pieces, so let's not do that. We get... What do we get? It's so we grant... I mean, is this actually good for us? Actually, I put minus 5%, and each member state will automatically contribute 20, 10, and 10. I'm going to say no. I will do it through this event, but I don't want to just passively provide equipment. Well, because I think 3% consumer goods and 5% factory output loss is not worth adding 20 guns in. I make 20 guns a day, right? It also, what was the other one? 10 artillery pieces. I make that in 10 days. So actually, I mean, I guess it's not a crazy number, but I don't think it's actually worth it. We'll go up to partial mobilization. Okay, and there's going to be wars in Arabia. I don't know how much we really care about what happens with the Ottoman Empire. I think we do prefer them to stay strong. They can join hopefully either the Entente or the Reichspakt, more preferably. Assuming, I mean, right now, can they join the Reichspakt? They can do the alliance with Romania, they can do an alliance with Austria, which essentially puts them in the Reichspakt eventually. Germany needs to be at war for this. Okay. And they also need to be at war for you to do the Camel of the Caucasus. But the Sarajevo Accord between Vienna and Constantinople is more than reasonable. Does it actually require the Austria is powerful? Iran. Austria's a faction leader. Okay, so I think that does require Austria to not have lost against Serbia. Okay, Russia declared war on Don Kubin. Not a big surprise, but it does make our front line with the Russians longer because we need to put troops on this border. We're going to need to put troops in Crimea. Germany's backing off now. Probably because they were prepared to defend Don Kubin, and then they immediately rejected their help. Or rejected giving them any assistance. Two military factories. That actually only requires one of you. But in order for us to get stabilization, we do need all of this. Okay. Resource gain. I think we want to go Probably like getting 2 military factories early on. Right now, we only have 7. That's like a 25% boost. A little bit more than it's like a 33% boost roughly. Okay, it's not that much. Probably like 28%. The free trade area with Russia has now shown its benefits. The borderlands, which have been deserted since the Field Creek, are now home to a number of new collieries or ironworks and their grain previously rotting in the fields, and now have access to a massive market in the form of the Russian urban poor. The unemployment rate has reached its low level since 1918. It's a great example of success brought by Russo-Ukrainian cooperation. So, have I made a mistake? Maybe the comments were right. Have I accidentally gone down the pro-Russian route? They denied us our loan. Increased taxes. Can't use our own resources. Time to raise taxes. Minus 5% for 90 days. But I mean, this is just better for you. Like, this one's just better than this. I see. Will this just automatically bypass here? I think so. Maybe? Yeah, blast me. So, okay, so it gives you the modifiers for new taxation for electrification if they deny it, but it actually doesn't open this up. Which hopefully is not an issue. Germany might say no twice. Which, I mean, isn't great. 10% factory, 50% land fort. Go one more military factory in Kiev, please and thank you. Wait, we have 40 days left on you. We could probably get 2 more focuses before we have to do with succession crisis. Do we have anything that's cheaper? We may have 42 days, so we might actually go with you. Followed by one of our 42 bonuses. Reinforcement rates. Probably, I mean, again, it doesn't really matter which one we go for first. I'm kind of leaning towards reinforcement rate first, though. Okay, more wars going on over in China. Well, resources are already looking pretty good. Nobody's really providing that much in terms of artillery support, but it shouldn't really be a major surprise. Artillery is pretty expensive. Naval bombers, tactical bombers. It's 37. Is there any text we want to get? There's a 38 research. Boom, done. It's already been decided. We'll get you next. We'll probably then go maybe radio afterwards as well. But then we do actually have a 38 bonus here. We'll also have a 50% research bonus with you. Base cost 200, 1.19 years ahead of time. So I want to spend... How much would it actually benefit us by? I don't think by too much, honestly. Okay, for our front line to be a little bit larger. 1, 2, 3. So this whole line's actually covered. The rest of these... About 3 of you on the blue army for now. Could upgrade our generals. You know what? I actually think defense... Winter expert actually would be incredible for you. Guerrilla fighter, trencher speed. Not that important. But getting winter expert is really nice. So, okay, guess what? Russia, it's got some pretty rough winters. I don't know if you've heard about this, but I've heard winters in Russia suck. So, right now it's October. November 10th when this is done. So yeah, we do want to get. Actually, or do we want 56 days? Because this is what, 2 weeks longer. I mean, it's 2 military factories. I mean, it's got to be better, right? I'm trying to think how many days between November 10th and December 31st. It was 31. It might actually be like 56 days, actually. So, yeah, no, we will go for rejuvenate the industrial sector. Get our 2 military factories off of you. Germany, do not deny my second loan. I'm assuming, though, if they reject the loan, we just get this one instead, automatically. just like we did before. Let's not provide any of these equipment right now, because I kind of want it for myself. And what do I want to research? 289 days or 91 days. But this will give us a 1939 rifle. Right now we have research bonus here. I mean, you're still technically also ahead of time. So why don't we hold out? Yeah, get a 36 artillery upgrade right now. Let's hold out just a little bit longer on that. How many? Where can we actually put units before it turns green? Have them up to there. So we might put a smaller army up north. Bulgaria is not going to win, right? I still think the answer is no. But I mean, if they beat one of the 3 members, increase taxes. Yeah, no, they just hate us. Personally, forgetting that more power or syndicalism gains in Eastern Europe, the greater threat to their interests. Well, it's time to raise taxes again. Who needs stability? I've got, what is this? Consumer goods minus 20%. I mean, that's pretty powerful. We're actually at 0% right now. No, we're at 5%, but that's not. We don't have enough factories for that to be worth 1 civilian. So, I mean, that's pretty good. Are we using any factories for trade? And no, we just have our 11 civilian. So the thing, as we're done this military factory, I would like to get some civilian factories in Odessa to the next 80% infrastructure bonus. When do you wear off? You wear off on the 22nd of December, so we got about 1 more month on you, and then you expire on May 17th. Okay, so still quite a while, actually. Longer than I was actually expecting. Neither of you I'm really super interested in. I'm actually going to take one of you. Sign you under our best general here. We're going to make you into, let's just say, yellow army. And you're just going to be on this front. Just in the area that blue cannot cover. But again, we also need troops down in Sevastopol. I mean, they've lost I think Bulgaria might win. Bulgaria might win because I think Serbia is going to get killed off here. And when Bulgaria killed off Serbia, they can reposition their troops in... They can reposition our units. Even though Bulgaria, they've gotten Zveno. I mean, they're going to be pro-Moscow. Romania will then basically, I think at that point, be inert. They can't do anything. They can't join Russia, I'm 90% sure. They can't join the Reichspakt. They used to be able to, actually, but I think they removed that years ago at this point. Yeah, so if Bulgaria can win, then I don't need units over on the Romanian border, because I don't think Romania can do anything. Kingdom of Finland requested grain, political power. I don't actually remember what the penalties for this is. I think every member of the Reichspakt gets that focus. I remember seeing it as Germany, I believe. But yeah, we'll give some grain over to Finland. Hopefully, I mean, it was a political power gain. Hopefully, we'll get something out of it. Yeah, electrification was complete. Even though Germany refused to grant us loans, the government has finally been able to electrify virtually all the villages in central Ukraine. Greatly improving agricultural units or peasant farms. As a result of this and our previous measures, Ukraine has finally managed to recover from the crushing effects of Black Monday. We did get negative 15% stability to gain back +5, so maybe it wasn't actually worth it. Okay, so you have 12 days left. So, I mean, okay, it's going to be a little bit of time over January 1st, but only by, like, 3 days or something like that, so it's not a huge concern. Then we do succession crisis. Hopefully we do the Grand Coronation. But we're not social conservative, right? We're still returning democratic. But I'm assuming we're going to get some sort of event during the succession crisis, which is kind of going to determine our fate. Okay. You have 3 more days. Modify officer. Is there anything I want to modify you with? I mean, defense? 10% more defense. But I mean, we have our penalty, but I don't think we can get rid of that penalty because it's from our... I'm assuming Prime Minister? I don't actually know what his role in the government is. I think Prime Minister or President. What do we do? Close air support? Absolutely. We'll get one of you guys going. Follow that. How many more guns do we need? We'll need like 2,000. Okay. I'm gonna put one of you here. I'm gonna start importing a little bit of rubber from Germany's Asia. Just so we can get some, like, our aircraft building at a nice rate. The aircraft, they're nice to have. Russia, how many planes do you guys have? More than I do. I think more than all of our allies in Eastern Europe have combined. Which does scare me a little bit, but I'm hoping Germany should provide at least a little bit of air support, right? I can trust Germany to be a good friend in this situation and not destroy us. You know, Bulgaria will definitely win this. Kill Serbia, they're pushing away into Greece quite nicely. I don't see a way that Romania and Greece can come back from this. We need more population. We don't. We can get an advisor. Naive optimist, civilian factory speed, bonus. Factory output plus 5%. Max action sake, those kind of ass. Stability, more stability, research speed. I mean, you're not bad. Cap is also pretty good. 25% cheaper cost. Or defense on core territory with a 15% stability boost. Recovery rate stability. Let's go for Patriarch. Get our stability and also get a little bit of recovery rate so our units will be able to fight a little bit longer. Or I guess return to the fight faster, because that's what recovery rate does. I'm pretty sure. I've been playing this game for 6 years. I'm hoping I at least know what recovery rate is. Okay, we're missing tungsten, but I think that's just for the artillery pieces, which I'm not super concerned with. Yeah, but I mean, you guys are done. Bulgaria's won their war. Congratulations, Bulgaria. Maybe you've earned it. Maybe you've earned it. I mean, they do have to take over, like, most of this territory over here. You know, I wish I could just, like, invade Romania and take Bessarabia for myself. Oh, they even took Corfu. That island's usually a bit of a pain to take because it's on a... Well, it's an island with a strait crossing. It's never easy to take. And Corfu... I mean, it's plains. It's not so bad, actually. But the strait crossing will kill you if you're not careful. I mean, I guess Romania, they did get their Serbian exile divisions. An heir to King Vasiliev? Unfortunately, the king has no children and such, and theoretically has the right to choose his successor. In practice, however, the decision is up to the Ukrainian government itself, and only 2 candidates have been being considered for serious by senior ministers. The nephew of Veslo, Leo Stefan Habsburg, and Diano Skorpatsky, son of our hetman. Both are contenders for the throne. VIN and OUN supports Diana, as they believe he'll weaken Ukrainian independence on the Reichspakt by virtue of his lack of royal ties to the European dynasties. Leo, despite his dynastic ties, only has support from Skobratsky's opponents and employers, many of whom have serious connection to Germany and Austria. I'm going to do a quick save because I think this is going to be very important. But I want ties to Europe. So let's get the Habsburg in charge. Germany and Austria will like us a little bit more. Hopefully we have not made a major mistake. Because we don't want to weaken Germany. Or we don't want to weaken Ukraine's relationship with the Reichspakt. So we'll keep this dynastic. I think that's sensible. Interwar artillery. So you are now 92 days. Which I don't think is actually really much cheaper. 246 days. Is there any tech that I want first? How does only one country have radio? Radio's a very important tech. It's 38. How have only one of you guys gotten this? Industrialization of Eastern Ukraine. Many of the workers in Eastern Ukraine have gotten new jobs in emerging industry due to our investment there. Funded by extra taxes levied on the population. As a result, our loyalty among the urban poor has grown immensely. Greatly neutering the power of the syndicalist movement there. We recover from Black Monday while also crippling the power base of the trade unions. 5% more stability, 3 civilian factories. Actually, I'm greatly appreciative of that. That would build this a little bit faster. Do I need land forts? I'm gonna build some land forts. I'm gonna build them actually in Crimea. Just... Actually, but is that land fort or is that naval fort? For naval invasion combat. I don't actually know. Okay, CNT's been annexed. Fantastic news. I don't... Are Straits naval invasion? I don't know. I don't know. Actually, I'm gonna Google it right now before we build these forts. HOI4. Strait crossing. What defenses do you build for invasions across straits? Apparently nobody knows. Apparently no. I'm on the Paradox forum. Apparently nobody knows the answer to this question. What is? I guess it's from 2016, right? I can't imagine it would have changed too much. Apparently in Hearts of Iron 3, people were saying that it was coastal defenses, so maybe we want to get those instead. How expensive are they? 500, 500? Yeah, let's just put you to 1. We'll have this factory finished, and then we will build coastal defenses. But apparently, I mean, it makes sense that it would be a coastal defense. I mean, a straight crossing you'd have to get through by boat. But sometimes the game can be weird. So, I don't know. But I do think, for now, it's going to be a good time for me to end this episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, my thumbs up. Now do a click some down. You want to subscribe, and goodbye.